I went to a supermarket the other day and saw a bag of chips and beef jerky with umami flavor, and I was like, what the hell, that's so wrong. Watch this video to learn all about umami, and you be an umami expert by the end of this video. Welcome back to Geisha Talks Food channel, you fantastic people. I'm Hochiyama, aka Foodie Geisha. In this channel, I bring to you unique and useful content on Japanese food. I'll cover every single dish and cuisine in Japan, I swear. Who can resist that? So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Arigatou gozaimasu. People are treating umami like a type of flavor, something yummy on its own. Is it so simple? Absolutely not. It's much more complicated than that. So let me demystify once and for all. For more than 1,000 years, Japanese people knew ingredients like kombu seaweed, dried bonito flakes don't have a strong taste, but somehow made the existing dish very yummy. And they have been taking advantage of this. Normally, people will make a broth out of these umami-rich ingredients, so it's easy to incorporate into cooking. This broth is called dashi, or the closest translation is umami essence. For your information, in Japan, people use the term dashi much more than umami. Anyways, let's dive into it. The truth about umami number 1. People say umami as if there's one single thing. This is simply not true. There are 3 main types and they are completely different. First one is glutamine, found in kombu seaweed, soy sauce, and cheese. Second type is inosinate, found in pork, fish, and chicken. And lastly, guanylate, found primarily in dried mushrooms. Let me say this again. People call all of these umami, but they are completely different. It's like saying vinegar, lemon, and tomatoes have the same flavor and they're the same thing because they're all sour. So it's a bit absurd to name a bag of chips umami flavor, in my humble geisha opinion. The truth about umami number 2. Umami may not be a flavor in a traditional sense. Umami itself doesn't taste like shiitake mushroom or have a strong taste, so it is not aroma or what we traditionally think of as a flavor or taste. People often describe it as this sensation that spreads across the tongue, or persisting taste, or even mouth-watering effect. People perceive the food as delicious when umami triggers all these sensations, but umami is not necessarily what we think of as a taste in a traditional sense. You got my point. The truth about umami number 3, Umami Synergy. Different types of umami can work together to create a multiplying effect of up to 8 times. A good example is spaghetti bolognese. Are you surprised? Tomato is rich in glutamine, while beef has a lot of inosinate. Bolognese sauce combines the 2 types of umami, so human tongue perceives it up to 8 times more umami than each of them consumed independently. Here's the quiz. Can we expect the same synergy between tomato and cheese? Both are also rich in umami. The answer is no. Both tomato and cheese are rich in the same type of umami, glutamine, so there is no synergy there. The key is to combine different types of umami in equal proportions. Now that you know the basics of umami, I'll give you fun and practical geisha tips. We just talked about synergies between different types of umami. Actually, you can buy glutamine-based umami powder at the supermarkets, and you can just combine this with ingredients rich in other types of umami. If you eat meat, you can combine it with pork, beef, or fish. For vegetarians, you can combine it with dried shiitake mushroom or porcini mushrooms. Some people say they get thirsty or ill from glutamine umami powder, but it is mostly safe if you stick to the original Ajinomoto brand, which extracts umami from plants like sugarcane or cassava. Just make sure you just put a tiny bit. The next tip is to remember common umami synergy combination in terms of food items, something you can easily incorporate into your day-to-day cooking. For glutamine, tomatoes, onions, cheese, and broccoli. Inosinate, beef, pork, and certain fish like tuna, yellowtail, and mackerel. For guanylate, dried shiitake, and dried porcini mushrooms. So by combining each of these elements, you can easily come up with umami synergy recipe like beef and broccoli, or vegetarian lasagna with chopped shiitake mushroom and tomato sauce. It's so much fun to incorporate umami into your life, and it's so easy. I'm working on a delicious low-carb and low-calorie miso soup meal that combines all these types of umami, and we'll paste the link in the description box below when it's ready, along with the most exhaustive list of umami-rich food items, so check that out. Hope that was helpful. I'll be introducing you to every single dish and cuisine in Japan with fun and practical tips, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out my omakase explain video and other interesting topics in the playlist. Thank you very much for watching, and till next time, bye bye, sayonara.